Alright, hello everyone. Today we have a special guest, Nazmi Asri with us, a data scientist from REA Group. Nazmi is going to share with us about his journey from an IT graduate, data engineers, full stack development, and also how he eventually became a data scientist. Now, Nazmi, maybe you can introduce yourself and what do you do at REA Group?
Okay. Okay. My name is Nazmi, and then currently I'm working as a data scientist in REA Group Asia. And then basically what I did is now I'm doing like a few machine learning project, like recommending like which property that user wants and that user would likely like to rent or buy.
Okay.
And then other than that, I'm also when I started in REA Group, I asked like my manager to put me under data engineer group.
Yeah.
And data engineer first before I joined data science group.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before that, I remember when I met you, you're IT graduate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're from UTP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So what did you study during your bachelor degree?
So basically in UTP I did my bachelor in ICT, Information Communication Technology, majoring in software engineering. Yeah. So during my final year, I found like few blogs, article related to computer vision, like face recognition, and then image detection, those kind of stuff. And then those projects make me like make me realize that actually IT is not only like building software, like do programming, building web, but we need to do AI things as well. Like at first for me this kind of field is like only for masters, only for like doctors, PhD students.
Blog I thought you read my blog post also.
Yeah, I also like I found your blog post about like data science stuff in during my final year, and then that's why I came to I asked you questions in those blogs.
That.
Yeah.
So what actually sparks your interest in data science? I mean, apart from those blog articles, and then I think you realize that there are plenty of opportunities out there, right? But there was that moment that sparked your interest, like, data science is something that I want to do, and then you don't really want to become like a software engineer or programmer.
Okay. During my during my final years, I'm doing research on, actually my final year project is related to stock price prediction.
Okay.
So from there I noticed that to do prediction we need a lot of data, and then that time I'm using like deep learning, machine learning stuff. So I came to realize that so basically before you implement machine learning, you need to have data. And then when you have those data, usually in all the blog posts that I read before, it's all clean data. So I came to realize that actually there are specific like job scope or position for these people who process this data and then create a product. So for me, I was when I read all those resources, I noticed that it's kind of interesting to from this raw data, they process it and then makes products and features in the web.
I always tell the students during the class is that those tutorials like cooking show like that, right? They show you everything. The ingredients are perfect, the processes, the knife are very sharp, but usually you have to spend a lot of time, like 60-70% cleaning the data, massaging the data. Before this, you were working as a data scientist in a local airline company, right? The red color one. So you're doing data science or data engineering job mostly over there?
Okay. Over there in that airline company, actually I'm I joined them as a data scientist.
Yeah.
So after I graduate, I work with them like
So that's your first job,
Yeah, actually that was my first job.
So what do you do there? Like, do you build data products, or you help them to do customer segmentation, or what do you do there?
My first project there is it's related to customer data. It's like to identify like are this customer are like returning customer, or they are really like different customer, because sometimes when they come, they clear the cookies, and then we found out, okay, it's different user ID, but yeah.
But that's what we were told. We were told that if you clear your cache, and then if you log into incognito, and then you go to the website, the ticket prices will be cheaper. Same like Agoda, right? When we go there, like a login user and the new users will see different prices. Is that true?
Yeah, sometimes that
happens, right? But that's actually based on their behaviors, or I think or what you guys call the ancillary products. So which one is more of the focus, like really user segmentation, behaviors, or trying to recommend them to buy more ancillaries?
Okay. Usually it depends on how they behave, and then based on their history, like tickets that they have made, that they have purchased before in the past. Sometimes it depends on the whether the flight time, like maybe it takes long time, so for sure these people will need like to buy foods, more foods, something.
But so after that job, then you switch to REA, right?
Yeah.
So how is it different from jumping from an airline industry to a property industry? What are the similarities and differences?
Okay. So jumping from airlines to property, of course, when other people see, oh, it's a different business. So it's this one is airline, the other one is property.
One is in the air, one is on the ground.
Yeah, one is in the air. Yep. But then for as a data scientist, actually we these two fall under e-commerce. It's like we play a lot with customer data when they are in the website. So usually for this e-commerce data, we have their data when they visit our website, those kind of things. Okay, that's one thing. But then as a data scientist, when you switch like these two businesses, when you first join them, you need to like really work on understand how the business works, and then you need to understand like how they make money. So when you know about that, when you go to their data, you know what kind of products that you think you can build for them based on the data.
Okay, but when you talk about e-commerce, right? In REA, your website is more of the listing and renting. But let's say for property purchase, that's something that it's very hard to track, right?
Yeah, because it's not from our side.
Yeah. So I heard that during our discussion, before that you plan to switch your career into data engineering before you become a data scientist, right? What is so interesting that you found about data engineering? I mean, you hardly hear people talk about data engineering. Yeah, most of the time they're like data science. So why data engineering?
When I was in the airline company, I worked as a data scientist. But then when I switched to REA REA group, I asked my manager to put me under data engineer group. Group. The reason is because for me it's very interesting, and it's very useful if data scientists know where the data is coming from, and then they know how to build the pipelines. Since I'm more to technical, and also since I just started, I really like focus on my technical last time. So that's why I was curious like what are the things data engineer do, and also I took this opportunity to understand about the data.
Yeah, so that's very important because without understanding the pipelines, the architecture, and also the features that you gather from the data, understanding that helps you to do a lot more, right? So, how do you use data at REA, or how do you use data in real estate, in property?
In reality, all the agents, when they like key in the property like description in the website, most of them actually they didn't put in the right format. So
I thought they'll usually copy paste and
they just copy paste. Sometimes they copy paste. So when it comes to our end, we have like a lot of most of them we have a lot of issues with this raw data, and then we need to process them.
But they enter the description wrongly, or they enter the number of rooms wrongly, or like for example, you have more bathroom than your bedrooms. Is that something like that?
That's one thing, and other than that, maybe they put like cheaper price, and then that will sometimes actually it give us problem because it give them our customer more like benefits to our customer, because this one is cheaper, then a lot of people come to that page and then start to ask the agent. But we also we are building this platform not only for those agents, but we are trying to give more quality like information to users.
So is that intentional, like the agents purposely do that so that they can get more clickbaits and they come and see their listing, or just human mistakes?
I would say that maybe they are trying to, since they want to get more people to contact them.
So let's say if a room is renting at 1,008 and then they put 1,002, and then they will call them and say that room is not available. Then they can recommend. Come on. Okay. So what about the stack, the technical stack that you use in REA?
Most of us are very familiar with Python. So for the data team, we are using like Google Cloud platform.
So there's your infrastructure.
For the infrastructure. And then for the programming part, like Python, most of the time is Python, and for the maybe machine learning, we use scikit-learn, TensorFlow, and.
But see, we have interviewed a couple of data scientists, including myself and our students in this series, right? We haven't come across anyone that really talks about R, but have you met anyone that use R? Or most of the time you think Python is able to handle most of the...
For our cases, most of the time we just use Python, and seems like Python can do most of the things.
Is data the new oil, or you think that AI is new electricity? Every single industry, from food, accommodation, transportation, they're undergoing massive changes because of data, right? Analyzing data can help companies to gain information that they do not have access to in the past, and companies have been using data to help them to make better decisions and to grow the company. Now, the question is, for you, how do you begin to learn data science and enter the career? Do you need to learn mathematics first, or do you need to learn how to code, or all you need is just business and domain knowledge? In Data Science 360, you will learn a 5-step framework that guide you how to build a data science project from end to end. And not only that, you'll learn how to collect data, how to analyze data, such as structured data, unstructured data, building machine learning models, create AI applications, and ultimately present your results and findings to key stakeholders. And this is Dr. Lau, Chief Data Scientist. I'll be your trainer in this program, and whether your goal is to become a data scientist or enter a data science field, this program is for you.
I remember when I first came for this preview, I knew absolutely nothing about data, nothing about programming. But what I really appreciate is that they allow us to attend again and again. And the first round, I really didn't catch much because I don't have those kind of background. But this is the second time I attended, and it really helped me to gain some basic understanding, and that really equipped me also with the ability to see things from a different perspective.
I'm an application consultant level for ERP, so it does help me on getting more insights, how to play with the data, how can I do more outputs to present to others people, to the customers.
Now I've just graduated, so I like programming a lot. So when I come to this course, it's kind of like a revision for me and give me a real connection between what have I learned in university and with what happening to the business. Because last time in university, I just learned one is the technical thing. Yeah, so now better understanding to what they expect me to deliver now.
Join us in the class, start learning data science today and prepare yourself for a career of tomorrow. I'll see you in there. Okay, but you also have full stack experience, right? And sometimes our students, they always come back to us like, when they go for job interviews, they really need to build full stack web applications, or sometimes they need to build APIs so that they can publish that sort of data. So is full stack skill that important for a data scientist in your opinion?
In my opinion, it would be really good if you know full stack. If you have full stack knowledge, especially because most of the time they are expecting data scientists to build
website.
Not really build the website, but to put the those algorithms results in the website. So
so they really expect you to put whatever you have done into production, and
so
most of the time that production means putting them into a website, web applications.
So you need to know how to build API as well.
Okay. But even if you are not building a full stack applications, they need to also export the results like into databases or use Tableau or visualizations too to view it, right? So in general, how important is, I mean, probably not important, is always important, but how is data used in real estate industry nowadays, like the current trends?
Nowadays, I think a lot of people want to do, other than they want to do investment, property investment, so they want to check whether this place like nearby to any point of interest, POIs, and then they want to see like how many transactions for each buildings, and then what are the price in the past, and then whether the price will go up.
So some predictive and forecasting.
Forecast like what is the price in the next maybe 2 years or 5 years.
So you generally use structured data combining with unstructured data as well, right? Because you talk about natural language processing when we are analyzing the description. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have those kind of project, like we try to analyze from the description that the agents put in the for each listing, for each property, and then try to get more information from there, because sometimes they didn't fill out the form, but they just copy paste, since they are copy paste from some other source and then put it in the description. Sometimes in the descriptions have more information.
More details under the description, right? But do you generally run supervised models or unsupervised models?
As of now, most of the time it's supervised model. Because for supervised model, for us it takes I would say like it takes less time because you know what is the output. And then but we also have unsupervised like learning for our models.
When do you use, where do you use unsupervised models?
Like we try to group users based on their behavior. Like customer segmentation.
Okay, so let's take this to a higher level. It's like most of the time when you are building those, they are consuming your results, right? Your data analysis results. Are they doing it more on the strategic levels, meaning for strategic planning, or are they use it more for operational level, like advertising, CRM, customer relationship management?
Okay. As of now, I would say that we are planning to it's more for strategic. For now, our current goal is like to give users more information about the listing, but given on the information, the current information that we have from each agent. So actually, from those information that they give, and also like from the what user do in our website, we try to make more features out of it, so user are happy.
At the end of the day, it's more about how do we help users to get more information from the website and then help them to make decisions, right? Now, in your opinion, right, how far are we from actually applying AI in real estate? When people talk about AI, machine learning, what you are doing is actually machine learning, right? So are those AI machine learning buzzwords? If yes, then how can we demystify the buzzword? If not, then how far are we actually from AI in real estate?
As far as I know, actually most of the companies right now, they are still at the, I would say that their data team is still at startup level. It's like they just started, like, okay, they already have all this data, but they just started to make it
like form a team or officially have a data department, right?
So maybe it will take times for them to really use it and then apply machine learning.
So in your opinion, is there still a lot of opportunities in the data of real estate and also apply it? Now, many of our audience here, of course, if they are listening the talk, watching the talk until now, they are definitely considering becoming a data scientist or begin a data science journey. So if they want to be like Nazmi yourself, right, how should they prepare themselves?
So if you are like applying jobs in companies for data scientists like roles, you need to you don't expect that you will straight away do data science job like building models. So you need to expect that, okay, at first you will we will do a lot of SQL. So
do a lot of groundwork first.
Do a lot of groundwork first before you really move to building models for their business.
Okay, so what would be your single advice for our audience, say, if they want to begin a data science journey? Okay, so what is the first thing that they need to learn?
Based on my experience, I would say that it's good to really know how to, especially in SQL, because most of the time they, based on the companies that I've joined before, it's like you need to go to the raw data back and then get the data that you need to build the model. So most of the time I will spend a lot of time on the gathering all those data before I can really build model.
So you learn SQL, you don't have to be relying on other people all the time, right? You can do whatever.
And then you can, if you really know SQL, then you can just, and you don't have to wait for data engineers to do all those things for you, and then you can just start focus on your work. Your project, All
right. Thank you very much, Nazmi. Now, I'm sure that you have learned a lot from Nazmi today, from IT graduates, eventually pick up data science skills, data engineering skills, and now he's working as a data scientist in a property company. Now, if you have any questions for Nazmi or myself, leave them in the comment section. We'll definitely answer them. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or even listen to us on Spotify. All right. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.